Smoke out the pound when I'm chillin'. Trappin', I make me a killer. Look, I got everybody wishing. I hope you play your position. I don't want nobody listening. I see the whole precision. Give us my only decision. Young gun, no one that back calling me sparring. I let her run through $1 million. I rock with a really, let's fuck on a billion. I'ma get down to the gritty.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Full Sail Live. I'm Cody Brusso. Tonight, we've got a packed show with Europe making a statement at the Ryder Cup. The Seahawks' newest hero, Sam Darnold, is changing the conversation, and we'll explore the cutting-edge technology transforming the NFL. Let's get into it. We begin with golf, where Europe's top stars made their mark on Friday at Bethpage Black. Jon Rahm, Rory McIlroy, and Tommy Fleetwood led Team Europe to an early advantage, reminding Team USA that home field advantage isn't everything. Team Europe dominated both sessions, building a 5.5 to 2.5 lead heading into Saturday. American stars Scott Scheffler and Bryson DeChambeau each lost both matches, with Scheffler becoming the first world number one since Tiger Woods in 2002 to lose both opening day matches. Rory McIlroy did have this to say after the day one finish.
I think when you've got a partner like Tommy, you can play with so much freedom and so much trust in your game because you know you have someone that's going to back you up. That's how I felt, the 2 times we played in Rome and then today. Foursomes can be a tough format. You can start, you can play a little tentative with the way the format is, but again, knowing I have this man beside me to bail me out if I do hit a bad shot, that's very comforting to know.
Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele avoided a shutout in the opening session, while Cameron Young and Justin Thomas delivered a strong 6-5, 4-balls win. Europe, however, carried the momentum throughout the day. Golf gave us plenty of drama this week, but they were sleepless in Seattle as Jason Mayer drilled a last-second 52-yard field goal to lift the Seahawks to a 23-20 victory, improving their record to 3-1. Joining me now is Seattle correspondent Collin Morris to talk all things Seahawks and the 12th man's newest hero, Sam Darnold. After Seattle signed Sam Darnold, critics doubted his potential. So far, the results speak for themselves. Now, Collin, let's start, though, with that final drive. What stood out to you the most about the way Sam Darnold managed the offense in such a high-pressure situation?
It's nice that he's finally taking care of the ball. If you look at the first week of the season, compared to the last 2 weeks, he wasn't taking care of the ball too much. The first week, he had 2 interceptions, sacked twice. The last 2 weeks, he's protecting the ball. He's managing. He's becoming a game manager. Even with the O-line, as young as they are, they're really not giving him the protection that he needs, so he's going to have to kind of make some things up. He's managing. He's doing what he was brought in to do. And that's really what it boils down to. He's protecting the ball, making good decisions, although some dicey ones. There's some of those throws where he's threading the needle and riding that jagged edge, but he's making it happen. And that's really what it came down to.
And even floating that thing out there, just letting it ride, like we saw that first touchdown against Arizona, where he just kind of floats it a little bit. But in the end, the Seahawks are now 3-1. What does this win say about where this team is early in the season, especially with how competitive the NFC West has been?
Last 2 weeks, we've been more consistent. First week, a little difficult because we're playing the 49ers, a healthy 49ers. Now with Nick Bosa out for the rest of the year. Purdy's back this week after a foot injury. I don't really know what we can tell moving forward after facing Arizona. Weird things always seem to happen when we head down to Glendale. I'm just thankful we pulled it off. As long as, we can keep heading in a positive trajectory, we can manage the balls, not do a lot of turnovers. The defense can keep stepping up. I think we're going to be fine. We get 3 days off, 14 days total to the next game. I can see the future, and I look at the schedule ahead. I can see that this team is going to be doing some good things, but there's 3 games down the line that I can see that are going to be some problems between the Colts, Niners, and Rams down the line, but only time will tell.
We'll have to see if you can tap into your Nostradamus impression. Now, Seattle fans, the 12th man, they're famous for their energy. How do you think that home field advantage factored into the team pulling off close victories?
The relationship between the 12s and the Seahawks organization, it's long, it's storied, retired the number in the mid 80s. People generally don't really understand how loud that stadium can get unless you're there. It's over 100 decibels, sometimes over 120, pushing 130. I mean, the fans created an earthquake, a legitimate seismic earthquake when Marshawn had his big run against the Saints. They literally are the 12th man. Without them, this team just, I don't think they can get motivated as much as they do. Now, with that said, when you go back to the first week of this season, it was a sea of red when the 49ers came to town. There seems to be a disconnect when it comes to the beginning of this season. I don't know what that is, but I think the fans need to re-engage and get back to what we're known for. And I think the last two games are helping that. And I think we're going to get back to the 12th man, that loud, ridiculous, crazy energy. And I think it's going to help propel this team just like it did last week.
Yeah, I could see them needing to see Seattle perform so that they could potentially lock back in. But thank you so much, Collin, for tuning in again. Good luck to Seattle. I won't hate on you too much for just dropping Marshawn's Beastquake against my Saints. But thank you again. And,
take it easy.
Have a good one.
Bye.
What's next for the NFL? In a league that never stops evolving, technology is transforming the way games are played and watched. Since 2014, the NFL has used RFID transmitters developed by Zebra Technologies. These tags are placed in players' shoulder pads and even inside game balls, allowing real-time tracking of position, speed, and distance throughout the stadium. Broadcasters benefit from advanced visuals, but teams are using the technology for training, scouting, and evaluation. Its widespread use depends on performance, union agreements, and feedback from coaches and players. Fans get to enjoy an immersive experience with replays on stadium screens, faster Wi-Fi, and live fantasy updates. Meanwhile, head impact sensors are being tested to improve player safety and equipment design. From real-time tracking to fan engagement, technology is adding drama and insight to every NFL game. The league continues to balance tradition with innovation, keeping the game exciting for players and fans alike. That's a wrap for tonight's Full Sail Live. From Ryder Cup drama to Sam Darnold and the Seahawks and a look at the technology shaping the NFL, we've covered a lot of ground. Thanks for joining me. I'm Cody Brusso. Be sure to tune in next time for more highlights, exclusive interviews, and the latest in sports technology advancing the game. We'll see you soon.